Hello, I'm your host Evelar, and welcome to Deep Archimedea 12. I believe it is a Deep Archimedea 12. Could be wrong on that. I'm gonna go through this pretty quick, just because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I do kind of want to make a hamburger helper before people start really winding down and going to bed. So, I, sorry if I speak a little quick and whatnot, but I want to get this out of the way. So, today I'm bringing Jade, who is a brand new Warframe released this week on Tuesday, I believe it was the 18th. Right now I've got a kind of shield gatey build on her. In fact, Alright. So, Jade is special, she has 2 aura slots, so I use growing power with physique, you know. You could honestly swap this out for whatever, you know. But physique fits with Jade's baseline aura slot, so that's what I went with. Molt Augmented and Arcane Avenger as arcanes. We're doing some shield gating with fast deflection and vigilante vigor. Got rolling guard, continuity, transient fortitude, and for energy management, prime flow and equilibrium. Primary weapon, we've got Felarks. In fact, I just want to mention right here that this Archimedea run is going to be all Incarnon weapons. So, Evolution 3, Mounting Momentum. Evolution 4, Racking Wrath. You know, reduced crit because Devastating Attrition is on this build. And this is a Devastating Attrition Felarks, which is missing a mod, but that probably won't matter. Which in this case, just the standard cookie cutter Felarks build, you know. We got Onos, which is a hand cannon. Evolution 2 is Rapid Wrath. Fire rate, never argued with that. Evolution 3, Rapid Enforcement for reload speed. Evolution 4, Incarnon Efficiency. Evolution 5, Devastation Cascade for the crits. So as you can see, I've built Onos for crits, and I probably haven't finished building it yet either. Melee weapon is going to be Anku, which is also Incarnon. But this one's a Genesis version, so Evolution 2, Edge of Justice. In the case of Jade, Guardian's Promise could also be very good, simply because heavy attack efficiency isn't too bad, but at the same time, why would you use that when you can just use Tennokai? Anyway. Evolution 3, Swordsman's Celerity, so you move a little faster. Evolution 4, Absolute Valor for the crits. And as you can see, it's just a bunch of incomplete builds, one after the other. Anyway, Exalted Weapon is Glory. Well, I'll probably be using Jade's 4th ability at some point, but again, I just kind of have the standard cookie cutter viral heat build on it. As for focus, I think for focus I'll do a Nairu unless there was Transference Surge or whatever the hell it's called. Anyway, Nautilus is the same as ever, so you just pull the dudes together, primes them with viral. And with that said, I think we're ready to blast out this Archimedea, get it knocked out. Alright. Untreatable, Frame Curse Syndrome, Gear Embargo, Secondary Wounds. Alright, Disruption. Unified Purpose, enemies can destroy conduits. Alluring Archicanids, Hostile Regeneration. This should be pretty easy overall. Alchemy, Alchemical Invulnerability, Bold Venture, and Vampiric Luminous. So this doesn't really matter too much. And then Survival with Parasitic Towers, Post-Mortal Surges, and Entanglement. And ultimately, I don't think this mission setup will be too big of an issue, but I will do public matchmaking anyway just to be sure, because my Jade being built around shield gating is probably going to get her shit rocked very quickly. So, as I mentioned before, this is a brand new update to Warframe. Jade Shadows came out literally Tuesday. And this vault is all black. What is happening with this? What is happening with this vault, man? He got the shadow paint on. Bro got the shadow paint from Terraria, for real. Anyways. So, Jade Shadows came out earlier this week. I've already done the quest. I farmed the new Ascension game mode, got myself Jade. I'm already working on the second... I was working on the second Jade. I was working on the duplicate for Helminth, because I do want to get Phantom Eyes on Wukong. I want to try that out with him. But... you know how it is with a new mode, and you just keep on blasting it. It's like you might get a little bored of it. God, dude, you see how quickly Jade just... oh, right, I could have done the eyes. Well, let's see how well Glory will work here. And it doesn't seem to be working very well at all, which is not good. Yeah, I'm definitely getting carried here, man. But that's fine. Archimedea is intended to be cooperative. Because, you know, you won't get a proper weapon setup half the time, and I seem to be not having a proper Incarnate setup right now. Either that or, you know, these dudes just have more damage, which, in that case, that's fine. I can still provide them with shields because of Jade. So, well, while I kill the Gruzzling, there is a design choice that I wanted to explain a little with my Jade build. And that is why I put Fast Deflection and Vigilante Vigor on her. Because that wasn't a choice I'd made just on the spot. It was something I'd actively decided to pursue on Jade. And the primary motive for that was a purely theoretical thing. And that theoretical is being able to reach a theoretical... I know, I keep saying theoretical, but the theory was that, you know, with the right build, you can reach 100%, well, minus 100% shield recharge delay. In practice, that's not how it works. However, it is so close to 100% that I might as well be immortal. Especially if I bring Rolling Guard. Like, the enemies would have to Toxin proc me in order to kill me. That's how fast my shields will regen. So for all intents and purposes, yeah, my Jade is just straight unkillable. And I would say that if you guys have Vigilante Vigor and Fast Deflection, that you should put them on Jade as well. Simply because if you mod a decent amount of strength, put Molt Augmented on her, you'll have the same thing happen. You know, it's actually really simple investment if you have access to the Zariman at all. I won't claim that it's like a foolproof way to ignore, to just be immortal or anything like that. But you do regen shields so fast that you're basically unkillable. I would not be surprised if Digital Extremes, the developer of Warframe, nerfs this, but I don't expect them to when, you know, cases like Inaros exist and people already abuse shield gating anyway. This is just a easier and I would dare to say lazier way of accessing shield gate abuse. And energy drain, I don't really even feel worried about that, you know? Wait a minute. Okay, I just noticed something they gave to Jade, and that is seemingly iframes when she's casting her second ability. I think this is the Gruzzling we want to kill. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It seems like the only one that's alive though. Okay, it was the Gruzzling we wanted to kill, because Gruzzlings can spawn the clones and all. Anyway, so I've played Jade long enough to have some initial impressions of her, and there is a couple of things that I want to say about her, right? To start things off, she is very fun and very powerful. I would say she is pretty fun and powerful. There are some choices with her physical model and design that I don't personally agree with. And the reason why I don't agree with them is actually rooted in the game's lore. But I won't go into details over that because, well, reasons. But overall, I've found Jade to be a very powerful Warframe. Not the best. I don't really think she's the best Warframe out there, but she is very viable in what she does. Like, as you can see, it is literally just me here, which means this is entirely Jade dealing damage to, you know, these dudes. So Jade has a really powerful area armor strip over time effect. She's got really good healing. Like, this is legitimate. This is a percentile based heal over time effect, just given to every player in your party for free. So this is in her first ability, where she'll throw something out, it'll drop an AoE bubble, and if you go into the AoE bubble, it'll give you this really high heal over time, and it will, what I call, mark enemies for death, which makes them take a lot more damage than they otherwise would. So that ability alone makes Jade really good. Jade has some great support capabilities as well, notably in her second, third, and fourth, second ability, third ability, and passive. Her passive is 2 aura slots, so that's obviously a passive boost to her overall output. Her second ability is a cycle. The thing about her second ability is that it's pretty much what you want it to be. You can change it to be one of 3 buffs. And those buffs are either increased shield regen rate and decreased shield regen delay. So she regens shields faster overall. She can give power strength to the whole party, or she can increase the party's weapon damage. Also, it seems like Jade was recently buffed, so that she now has a brief iframe period when she's using her second ability, which I personally approve of. It never hurt to have a little extra layer of defense, did it? Yeah, I've got a ball. I've got an amphor. Where was I with Jade? Right, so Jade's third ability, Phantomize. Sorry, I just kind of went silent there. But Jade's third ability allows her to just pretty much do away with the resistance of enemies in range of her. Of her Phantomize. So that means, of course, shields and armor, which is actually very powerful. It's an overtime effect in a large area, so that's like it makes her really just drain enemy resistances like they're nothing, especially if you build some high power strength like I did. As you can see, these enemies just lose their defenses like it's nothing. Alright, Rhino, you're welcome for the heal. Jade Light Eximus, I want to take that out. I'm going to be doing my best to stay away from the Luminous, for now at least. They seem to be after me, so... Nobody gives a crap that they're calling for help, it seems. So... The second part of Jade's third ability, Phantomize, she can wipe away the resistances of enemies, and then these enemies that, well, okay, and then the second part of Phantomize is support based, where Jade can resurrect allies from far away just by literally just gazing at them. Like, this is the Trinity passive we have been waiting for, and Jade just has it as part of her ability kit. This is, you know, it's pretty crazy, man. I would like to also note that they changed the iconography of the amphors in alchemy. And they're... Oh, last but certainly not least, we have Jade's fourth ability called Glory on High, where she gains free flight and just, well, flies around the arena, raining down death from above. A major note worth adding on Jade's fourth ability is that while she's using Glory on High, she has an exalted weapon called Glory, which is literally just, it throws explosive bolts at literally everything that crosses it. Yeah, that's Jade in a nutshell. She came with a couple weapons with unique effects. The Evensong bow, the Kentare throwing knives, and the Harmony scythe. They all have unique effects. I don't really feel like going into what they do right now. But regardless, Jade is a pretty powerful... She is a pretty powerful support warframe. And definitely a warframe that I'd have no qualms using if the need presented itself. In fact, you know, Jade being added into the game is why I picked her for this Archimedea. You know, this is literally the first time she's... This is her first week in the game, so, you know. Don't mind if you hear it, don't mind the fact that the dog is barking for whatever reason. I don't know why either.
Yes, those will serve quite handily. All right, let's wrap this up.
Alright, I was gonna say, Jade is a really powerful support frame who can definitely handle for herself more often than not. I mean, I only died there because I sat inside the... I'm pretty sure I sat inside the Luminous area. Tau Forged Amber. It's always nice. Alright. You got survival. Let's go, boys. Alright, anyways.
As expected, the experiments are generating hazardous, if temporary, side effects. I am dispensing life support to a 200-fold off the moment's last minute or so.
There's one final thing I want to say about Warframe Jade, and that she does not compare in any way to Honkai Star Rail Jade. And I'm out of energy. Someone just triggered the Necromech. Oh, it was Volt. I'm gonna run over there and help him. And see, Jade barely even got dented from that. Like, her shields broke, but she just regened them so fast that it literally didn't matter. My only worry is that if we get a Necromech Leech Eximus, if that happens, then, you know, that dude's probably going to end up being alive for the rest of the mission with nothing we can do about it. Yeah, see, the deal is we're already dealing with the Eximus ones, so there's, you know, I don't want to be worrying about those guys as well. I'm not sure what kind of Eximus this is, but it didn't matter. Which is good. Which is good. I still want to make myself that whatchamacallit, that hamburger helper. It's gonna taste good, by the way, dude. That's why I want it. Because I know it'll taste good. You know what? Nah, I'm not even gonna give a crap about that. What's this? Oh, Echo Voca. Love to see it. I do have some random thing to say, and I'm gonna be honest. Well, okay, there's a couple things. First one is that Jade in Warframe, it almost feels like she was designed with Deep Archimedea in mind. You know? I'm gonna follow Volt. He's probably gonna trip one of these. No? What is he doing? Oh, there he goes. The Leech Eximus. That is an Arctic Eximus. I'll take it. Okay. But I don't know if I ever finished the first thing I wanted to say. In fact, I actually forgot what I was gonna say. But the second thing I wanted to say is that Genshin Impact. Clorand was goddamn crazy, alright? And the thing is, I lucked out a little harder in Genshin, and I got her to C2, and I have to say, it feels like night and day, man. Okay? So, beforehand, right, I've been fighting some Fatui operatives to get myself some materials so I can level up a weapon. And here's the deal about it, right? At C0, I would be using her fighting these wind operatives. They would do their counterattack and she would get knocked back and all, right? And I've noticed this with a couple of things now. But things that would normally stun Clorand and just knock her all over the place, she doesn't even flinch at C2. It is so nice, man. especially because, you know, being able to attack is so critical to her. So, you know, if she's able to attack like that, it's obviously very, very nice. Anyways, this looks like this Archimedea's ending. One last note I wanted to say is that I am not interested in getting Siege Queen at all because I do not need yet another 5-star Hydro Healer. Not only that, but Siege Queen did not seem very good to begin with. And according to Hoyo's news posts, Siege Queen's banner has Noelle, Rosaria, and Gaming, which to me are all utterly freaking worthless right now. And that's the main reason why is because they're all C6. But I don't use them, I don't use any of them at the moment anyway. And that, my friends, is a clean sweep of this week's Deep Archimedea, featuring the new Warframe Jade in all her wonky splendor. Even got to see a couple Jade Light Eximus. How's that? Anyways, it's hot as hell in my room right now. I want to make myself some food so I can eat dinner. And I definitely want to get working on the 1,000 hours of Wukong video because I am running low on time. I told myself that I would post it by the start of July, so I've got to do it. Alright, that said, like the video, sub, and I'll see you guys around. Peace. Don't mind Jade.